What is up? What is up? What man? What is going on? What is going on, man? So much is going on. You already know who the fuck I am. I'm your boy, the broke ass nigga, Warren G, in the place to be. Clown and sucker free since 2003. That means ain't nobody finessing me. Man, there's so much shit to discuss, so much shit to talk about. But shout out to everybody at the Court Plantation, man. If you are there, man, much love and respect to you, man. Sometimes I wake up and I just be like, God damn, I'm glad I woke up this morning, but I'm not glad for slavery. Then you get this notice. This is how cold they do. When you're dealing with your 401k and all this, you get this notice. You're on great track. You just got 27 more years to go. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. Shit. That's the type of shit that they do, man. You know, let me see. I'm looking up this thing. Let's see if I can find something. No, I can't find it. But anyway, man, shout out to everybody that's at the Court Plantation that's making it do what you need to do to survive, man. Shout out to everybody that's handling business. If you're at the Court Plantation, man, be very, very wary, because this subject that I'm talking about today is going to go real fast, but it's some bullshit. And I think it's really imperative that we start really treating each other with respect and showing each other love, man. So we about to get into it, man. Shout out to all you motherfucking begging ass niggas, too. And shout out to all you political party playing motherfuckers that want to make everything a hierarchy and need. Hey, I get it. That's what you want to do. You go ahead and do that. And shout out to motherfuckers that don't want to listen, and shout out to the ones that do. Some people have their own way. Better you than me. Let's get into it. Man. I'm getting into it today because it was this black FedEx driver, and he was chased by two vigilante suspected white supremacists, and it's just very sad, man. Because let's see if I can work for FedEx. Let me see if I can pull something up. I'm trying to pull something up to see if I can. Let me see if I can pull something up. Sorry, y'all. There we go. Yeah. And I'm about to play it, man. I think it's very imperative that we start treating each other with respect and really start showing love. And you know what I'm saying? If I get an Amazon package and the brother or sister deliver it, I try to give them a tip and say, hey, man, appreciate it. Because, man, this shit is real out here, man. It's real in the field. It's hard on the yard, man. This young brother, man, got chased. You know, they tried to Ahmaud Arbery this nigga. I mean, he's in a work truck and they tried to do it, because this is how bold it is. Of course, it was in Mississippi, but still, that's bold. That's letting you know the KKK is back in full effect, and they not playing around. And I think we need to start treating each other with respect and start holding each other with high regards, because we got to get on the same page and be on code. Because at the end of the day, these dominant white society people are on code. The dominant society is going to always be on code. That's why systematic racism, white supremacy is still in effect. That's why it's still working. That's why it works from kids. That's why it's generational. Because everybody has the commonality that it doesn't matter if I'm broke and this white guy's rich. We're both white, and I know I'm going to get privilege over a black motherfucker. And that's how it works, and that's how the system is maintained. And it is not your job to be trying to educate motherfuckers on racism and white supremacy. Man, you want to educate them? Tell them to read some books. Hey, man, I suggest you go read this book. And if they really want to know, and they're just that dumbfounded and they really want to know, they'll go read the books. But if they don't want to know, what they'll do is they'll just white fragility and deflect. And if they do, hey, man, it is what it is. Shit, it ain't nothing you can do about that. I just think that we got to stop, expecting everybody else to understand our struggle when we need to understand our struggle. And, man, look, I kind of breezed through the intro, man. Shout out to homegirl, Shawnee, Philly in the building, Tasha, Tamisha, you already know what the fuck it is. Erica, you already know. Sis, you already know. Florida in the building, stand up. And see, that's the thing, man. When you dealing with this system, just be aware of it. Motherfuckers be thinking you gotta go around there teaching everybody. No, everybody doesn't want to be taught. Some people you gotta let experience do the teaching. When motherfucker come with that, I'm not black, I'm OJ, I'll be like, all right, okay. You see what they did? They didn't let up until they put that black ass nigga in prison. After Johnny Cochran told him, stay out the media, stay away from everybody, and these people are not your friends. All these white people that was hanging around you, you was fucking on all of them, they not your friends. You know what I'm saying? And you have to understand that. And I think it's very imperative that we as people understand what type of system that we're in and where we're going within this system and how we got to band together. You know what I mean? And a lot of reasons why. That's one thing, too. We need to understand billionaires are not activists and activists are not billionaires. That's one. Two, see, they like to create a group. Like I was reading Foundation, the book by Tariq Nasheed. That book is good, man. Hey, shout out to Eric. I see you in the chat. I just looked at it right now. Hey, man, y'all need to go read that book, man. That book is good. He breaks it down. He talks about how the dominant society, they love it when you loud, obnoxious, and playing your music all out. They love it, you know, because that means you're not plotting and planning anything. Let me tell you why I know what that brother is saying is correct. Let me tell you why I know what he's saying is correct. I've done it at the goddamn corporate plantation. I have done it. I have, you know, I used to laugh and joke and play around and all that. But as I got older, I realized, oh, I'm the joke. Like I said, man, you young, dumb. You don't know what the fuck is going on. I was not socialized. I was not socialized to understand how to conduct yourself in an orderly fashion at the corporate plantation because you're a black man. Nobody socialized me that way. They just don't act up. You know, nobody look, don't do no smiling. Most times, you better smile, be a grinning nigga, that shit. And I'm not making no excuses. I was just dumb. But as I got older and I started to like watch different YouTubes, because I've been watching YouTube since 2008. That's a fact. When YouTube first came out, I was the first nigga on it. That's why I'm so mad that I didn't jump on this shit a long time ago, because I was the first nigga on it because I had Sprint, unlimited data, and we was the only ones that had unlimited data plan before T-Mobile bought them. Everybody else they only had so much data and they couldn't be on YouTube. So I used to be on YouTube all the fucking time. And I would run across podcasts, but when I would run across like the Corey Holcomb podcast, he was saying some real shit. And I used to always listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, you know, too. And he would be saying real shit too. Like there's old speeches and lectures of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan when he talks about how we conduct ourselves on the job and yes, boss, and all the other. It's shit is funny because it's true. And I'm like, damn, he right. So as I got older, I started to learn how to conduct myself. And I was working in one particular department. I ain't gonna say no name, one particular department. And once I became introverted and started to come into who I was and where I wanted to go and where I wanted to be, and I knew that the corporate plantation is what you do, it's not who you are, I became more introverted. The more introverted I became, the more powerful I felt. The more powerful I felt, the more it fucked with the dominant society. They bring you in the office. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything is fine. Well, you're not yourself. Translation, you're not the grinning nigger that we used to love. Where's that grinning nigger with those nigger lips and that, you know, and that nigger smile? Like, that's basically what they're saying. And I got it. After reading, I'm like, yes, this shit is true. So when I read it from Tariq Nasheed's book, when I'm reading the shit, Foundational Black American Race Baiter, when I read the shit, I couldn't keep a job. My DNA wouldn't let. I know. Look, I'm formulating to try to start multiple streams of income, man. Trust me. Don't even get me started. We gonna get on that on the end. Remind me, Erica, at the end. That's my sis on there. I'm chopping up with on the chat. But when you start getting these calls, and you know how cold the dominant society is, they will go around to other people at the corporate plantation and create and frame that narrative that you're the angry black guy because you don't want to smile with people. And you know what happened and what backfired? All the other people at the corporate plantation was like, nah, man, Warren cool. He talked to me all the time. So that's what threw him off. Because I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. I just don't, you know, I'm trying to do this job and get the fuck on. I'm not trying to make this job a part of my life. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I can't get time back that I wasted. I can't get time back. You trading time for money. So when you start to understand who you are, there's a certain vibration in your body. And when you're not smiling, you don't participate, and you don't do all that sucker shit that they want you to do so they can drain the energy out of you, you pose a threat. You're an op to them. And if you kind of know what you own and you on your square and you just go to your corporate plantation job and you do what you need to do, if you're not smiling with them, they have a problem. And I remember the more introverted I became, the more powerful. I ain't gonna lie. It made me feel, I felt like I was on top of the world because I'm like, nobody's getting my energy anymore. I'm gonna read, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna enjoy my personal time, and you're not getting this energy from me. And let me tell you, it was a fucked up day in hell for them every day because they did not like my mentality. And I was damned if I did, and I was damned if I didn't. And that ain't just Warren, it's all black folk, and we're not educated. And when we're trying to chase money and all these things, we will do sucker shit. I've done sucker shit because I'm trying to make sure don't nobody fuck up my paper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna act like, all right, man, I wasn't educated. So I can keep that shit a buck. I was not educated. So you tend to do sucker shit. Sometimes you feel like other black folk, they going too far and they bringing you involved. Because, you know, us as black folk, we have to secure ourselves first before we can help anybody else. And when somebody is posing a threat to the way you feed yourself, sometimes you go into scrap mode. I'm not making no excuse. I'm just saying it. And I've done some sucker shit, man, because I felt like my shit was in jeopardy. I'm like, man, nigga, I got shit to pay. And it's fucked up, man, because that's the way the society puts you in, where you have to compromise. You have to be a conformist, a go along to get along type of person to get by, because that's how you learn to feed your family. My problem is not that. My problem is with the other generations that became before me that wasn't teaching motherfuckers about entrepreneurship and being an entrepreneur and a trade and dependent on yourself and not be beholden to these jobs, these corporate plantations. That's where my gripe is. That's where my animosity comes from. That's why that's innate in me, man. I'm not, well, oh, you gotta let, nah, I ain't never letting that shit go. Because, nigga, that shit is not fun going to no corporate goddamn plantation job and watching all these fucking politics go on. Not politics, but politics go on. And it's like, you don't even want to be involved, but then by default, you got to be involved because you're trying to keep your paper. You don't want all the attention on you. It's fucked up, man. So while we're dealing with all this young brother, his last name was Gibson. I think it was DeMontario Gibson. He's working at FedEx and he tried to deliver packages, and these two vigilantes, Gregory Case and Brandon Case, father and son, they just chase him down like some Ahmaud Arbery shit, thinking that they finna shoot him, telling him to pull over. That nigga took that FedEx truck. See, he's nice. He should have ran the motherfuckers over. But I know why he didn't, because that I'm in fear for my life wouldn't have worked. He'd have went to jail. So that's why he had to, as these motherfuckers is shooting in the window and shit. But see, what would have saved him is if he'd have ran that motherfucker over. See, he'd have been out of line. That brother would have been out of line to run them two motherfuckers over, especially after they shooting. Because I'm telling you right now, motherfuckers shooting at me, nigga, you gonna be street meat fucking around with me, playing that game. Sometimes you gotta make an example. And see, what they was trying to do was pretend like, oh, we saw a suspicious package or some shit. That nigga's like, nigga, I work for FedEx. They know what the fuck it is. But this is the type of atmosphere we're being placed in every fucking day. And it takes this type of shit for all of us to kind of wake up and be like, we need to kind of be on code instead of sitting up here bullshit. Now, I found some. Let's see what they talking about. And I'm going to see if they play some. If they don't, if it's some bullshit, then I ain't going to play it. But I'm going to see what they talking about if they got it on the news. Because you know they don't talk about this shit on the news.
The way Ahmaud Arbery was killed, that father-son duo, well, it looks like another father-son duo tried to do the exact same thing to another young black male who was delivering for a national company. Let me bring your attention to Mr. Gibson. Let's put up his picture, okay? That's Mr. DeMontario Gibson. He's a black FedEx driver. He was making deliveries in Brookhaven, Mississippi.
Brookhaven, Mississippi.
Two white men chased him, tried to trap him, and they shot at him, and they shot up his truck.
I would have ran those motherfuckers over, for real.
And all he was trying to do was deliver packages per his orders. Put up.
And don't tell me, I don't want to play the whole thing, but don't tell me that the people that are his boss or his bosses or whatever did not know that you in a racist situation. They know that. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the news.
A father and son are arrested in Brookhaven allegedly for shooting at a FedEx driver on January 24th.
Now, what kind of shit is that? Just dumping. White supremacists on some vigilante shit. Like, basically, I want this nigga in our neighborhood.
Daily Leader reported Gregory Charles Case and his son Brandon Case turned themselves into Brookhaven police today. Gregory Case has been charged with conspiracy and is being held on a $75,000 bond.
It should be $500,000.
Case has been charged with shooting into a motor vehicle and is being held on a $150,000 bond. Both men were booked in the Lincoln County Jail.
See? And that's the shit that I'm talking about. And this brother was just trying to do his job. This is what I mean by we need a new type of sundown app. That's a fact. Good idea, man. Man, hey, you gotta email me. We need to, for real. Like, we really need to do that. For real. Because that's what the fuck is going on. That was some vigilante shit. That was basically a sundown town. Like, what the fuck? I don't care if you work over here. Where's your freedom papers, boy? If you read the book Slavery by Another Name, guilty, nigga. Straight up. Shout out to my brother No Compromise, man. It's the truth. That's why I be like, this is one question I want to ask everybody, whoever's listening. You can respond. Just send me a message if you don't listen to it live. Why is it we are so hard on us, but when it comes to every other racial group, they get a pass? I don't understand that. That's one. Two, why isn't it we don't create boundaries with us, and then we don't take those same boundaries and create them with other racial groups? Because I can tell you this. If you don't start creating boundaries with people, they're going to be habitual line crossers and then think they can create boundaries. That's black folk, that's family, that's friends, that's everybody. But what I really feel like we need to start doing is creating boundaries with other racial groups, because you cannot harm another racial group. They will come out in droves against you. You will not be able to come in their communities. They will not accept sorry, and it's not going to be like, okay, and move on. That's not how it works. So we need to have some type of boundaries established. And what I mean by boundaries is, what kind of a code do we need to establish? You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, they just shot at the homie and the FedEx driver. Okay, go here. They about to have a meeting, and we all about to go over there, and we not about to march, whine, and repeat. Now it's about to be a real problem. Because if you think about gang culture, if you stay in one hood and then another hood catch you slipping, when you go back to your hood, nigga, everybody want to strap up and go over there and handle business. Why is it we ready to handle business against our own people, but when it comes to other racial groups, we have a problem? I feel like because we don't have a code established. And that code amongst black folk is we need to start having respectability. We need to, I think of it like this. We need to start being our own FICO score. And you got to hold people in these regards. Okay, I will be the holder of your FICO score with me. So if you are my friend or my family, I'm going, okay, and we're going to start establishing boundaries of credit. So if you start fucking up and doing shit, those are going to be marks against your credibility, which means I'm not going to fuck with you. But you have to let it be known, like, look, man, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? We have to establish, you have to be your own FICO motherfucking credit bureau when you're dealing with each other and when you're dealing with other racial groups. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of the times niggas just go around violating each other and disrespecting each other and doing all kinds of sucker shit under the guise of like, oh, I didn't know, or I didn't this and I didn't that. And a lot of it is not teaching. A lot of it is teaching. A lot of it is just not listening. A lot of it is just bad social engineering. That's what it is. And a lot of it is just motherfuckers don't want to listen. You can't save everybody. One thing my family and people that know me know about me, I'm going to tell you once, I'm going to tell you twice, and I'm going to tell you 3 times in the name of Warren. And fuck all that Jesus Christ bullshit. No, nigga, after I done told you, I ain't going to tell you no more. And you on your own. And then my famous words is, they'll figure it out. Straight up. Because everybody can't go. Everybody can't be in a position where they know where their road is and their lane is. Some people know what the fuck they want to do. Some people don't. Some people figure it out. Some people like to see in the dark. Some people like to ice skate uphill. Some people just like to ice skate uphill. Those motherfuckers that like to ice skate uphill, get the fuck away from them and move aside to move ahead. Because clearly it's a war outside and there's a civil war between us, and then we got to still go out there and fight white supremacy. So that brother, last name Gibson, D. Monterio, I hope I ain't butchered his name. So I'm pretty sure you gotta fight niggas. And then you gotta be on the job and you gotta be dealing with white folks shooting at you. That's crazy. This is the type of shit we dealing with. That's why I feel like, you know what? You got insurance on your iPhone, right? Go get you life insurance. Go get it. Go get it. Go. You know what? Open up your E-Trade account. Some people don't like dealing with stocks. Some people don't like dealing with that. Okay, fine. But you can't say that nobody didn't tell you. Because nobody told me. I got the economics bullshit from my high school teacher. And I wasn't even paying attention in that shit. Because you're not going to be able to relate. But if our parents don't know, our generation don't know, then damn, we fucked. That's why now it's time to change the fucking narrative. Motherfuckers come around you, give them the game. Don't be up there small talking and bullshitting. That's why a lot of people, like I can only say my family, a lot of my family, they don't want to come around me because they already know what they're going to hear from Warren. This just ain't, I turn on the fucking YouTube channel and now all of a sudden, no, nigga, I'm like this a lot. I'm like, why you like this one? Nigga, because, nigga, I wasn't taught about getting a trade. I taught about investing in stock bonds and 401k. If I would have been heavily invested and started investing in myself once I started working, man, I'd be paid right now. But no, you want to dress fresh. You want to drink. You want to party. You want to kick it. Well, Warren, would you have listened? I don't know, but I wouldn't be on this channel saying, man, nobody told me. I could be that dumb nigga to be like, well, nigga, I was told, but nobody, that was on me. That's why it's time. The play is out. Play is out. Motherfuckers gotta move aside to move ahead and go through the maturation process and establish boundaries. Remember, be your own FICO score. And you like, what do you mean your own FICO? Which means you're the federal credit bureaus over yourself and other people when they come in your personal space. How, Warren, this is how I do it. Nigga, I'm the FICO, so I'm gonna rate you. So if you already don't have no credibility with me, I'm not gonna do business with you. And if you have credibility with me, then guess what? We can take it from there. But there's still boundaries established, whether you got them or not. And I want to say one more thing, man. My people who listen and know who the fuck. And I'm so sick of motherfuckers calling motherfuckers out the blue on some bullshit. On Twitter, man, it was motherfucker. He said he was like professional time wasters. I mean, I don't like that. Do not call me out of the blue if I don't fuck with you. If when you don't have this type of conversation, I can't stand that. And I don't do it to other people. Even people on my phone. I don't have a whole lot of people on my phone, but people on my phone, I may not have talked to them a long time. Then there's a reason why, because maybe we don't have that type of relationship. But we need to stop with all the goddamn metaverse relationships and bullshit, the fake, phony bullshit. Like, we need to stop with that. If I gotta communicate with you over Instagram or over Twitter or something, but I don't have your phone number to really talk to you, that's a problem. And I don't operate that way. I'm more of an operating system of, hey man, we need to have a conversation. And everybody don't have to do business like me, but what I'm saying is this. Start checking motherfuckers. And you don't check motherfuckers by going off on them, no, because you're giving your energy away. You can convert that negative energy into positive energy. It can make you assess who you're dealing with. You know what I do? If you call my phone and you know I don't fuck with you and we ain't never fuck with you, and we ain't never had that type of relationship, I'm never gonna answer the phone. I'm never gonna text you back. You're probably gonna get blocked, and I don't fuck with you unless it's some real business. And I know you're not calling about business because most people that ain't heard from you in a long time, my spidey senses go off and my bullshit detector is on an all-time high because most people is just calling for a bunch of bullshit and they'll be a professional time waster and an energy vampire. And they want to come along and transfer the negative energy to you and then you taking on all that bullshit. No. Keep your circle tight. Don't be around these sucker motherfuckers wanting to waste time because all you doing is wasting your own time. Treat your time like it is the most valuable, precious thing on this planet. And I do. I will not waste time. I'll tell you after I feel like, oh, you don't want to listen? All right, cool. Fuck out of here. I'm going to tell you once, that's on you. I might even mention it again. After that, it's a wrap. People be like, well, Warren, why you like that? Because there's plenty of black folk in the United States of America Incorporated that will listen to what a nigga's telling him. That's why I'm like that. So that's why I'm like, well, you know what? For every nigga that don't listen, it's 5 niggas that will and be like, all right, fuck it, man. He's saying some real shit. The motherfuckers be figuring like you gotta have billions of dollars for a person to listen to you. That's stupid. Where do you think the people that's billionaires, where do you think they get their game from and keep their sanity? From reading, researching, meditating, being by themselves. There was another thing in the book that Tariq Nasheed said that was some gangster shit. He was just like, sometimes it's good to just be by yourself so you can collect your thoughts. And I learned that. Like he's not lying about that shit. You by yourself and you know, you're not around a whole bunch of people and all that, it really gets your creative juices going. Because you're not around a whole bunch of people. That was the bad thing about growing up and being in church. You're around people all the fucking time. Then when you have alone time, you're going crazy because you don't know how to be alone. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. Like once I like moved away from my mom's house and I had my own spot or whatever. Man, this was a long time ago, but it was good for me because I was at the apartment a lot by myself. I had a roommate, but that was a long time ago, damn near 20 years ago. And that motherfucker wasn't never there. That nigga was always at his mom's house. So basically, I had the shit to myself. So I had a lot of time for me. And just to chill and kick it. And if I wanted to have people come through, I would. But when I would have people come through, man, we putting on some Jill Scott, some Erykah Badu, some D'Angelo. We putting on some vibing music. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna always just put on no rah, rah, rah. We trying to get the mood right. Light some incense. Let's chill. Let's politic for real. Like, that's how I used to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it would be a little turn up, but man, sometimes it's good to just iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel, which means, man, we got to learn we're all we got. We can't be fighting each other. We need to establish boundaries with each other, be the FICO score for yourself and others. Whether they rate themselves high or not, who gives a fuck? It's about your rating if they're coming into your personal space. And that's how I view it. That's why I don't pick up the phone a lot of times. When I see a number I don't know, I'm never picking up the phone. Matter of fact, it was so funny, man, because my sister, one of my sisters, my siblings was calling. I didn't even know it was her. It was some other phone. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Then she finally had to tell me, it's your sister. I'm like, hey, well, nigga, you better say that, because, nigga, I ain't answering the phone. I don't do that type of shit. Well, Warren, why you do that? Because I don't want to even have that transfers of energy over the phone. I don't even like it when niggas I ain't talk to text me, man. I just be like, Because, you know, a lot of times motherfuckers text you and they want to tell you they bullshit. I don't want to hear it because I don't call people telling them my bullshit. Now, maybe it might be my family, my siblings, but, nigga, I don't just, well, let me just call this nigga and tell him what the fuck. Nah. You got to internalize that and deal with it on your own because you came in this world by yourself and you leaving by yourself. That's a fact. Hey, man, I went over my time. Shout out to No Compromise, Tasha, Shawnee, Erica, you already know what it is, 066, Screwhead, No Compromise, you already know what it is. Like I said, I'm not, look, this is therapy for me. I'm not on this channel to be having a whole bunch of subscribers. Man, fuck all that. Now, it'll be nice, but I want subscribers that's really reading and understand what the fuck is going on. I don't like all this. Well, that podcast is the wave, so let's go over there. Nah, I don't chase waves. I like to create them. So, hey, man, you already know what it is. You know what it ain't. If a motherfucker up here talking about, well, maybe that driver should have stopped and talked to those white people. You're a Sambo Coon. Tell him about the gun line. Hayward Shepherd. Stephen from Django. I don't fuck with you. And in the great words of Warren and Slavery by Another Name, guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.